Welcome all nerds, my name's the Nerdy Guy, Trey Staten here, with kind of a different playlist this time. So I'm creating a playlist of how-to board game reviews where I explain the board game, get quick and simple to it, if you might want to buy it for your next party or something like that, and kind of give you a range of how long it would take to play, my recommendations for it, and why I like it. And yeah, so let's get right to it. So Coup is a very simple game to play. And Coup is the game that I'm reviewing this time. There's many renditions of it. There's Coup Resistance. There's so many different versions that you can buy. But I'm just going to go over the base game for right now. All you need to know about Coup is it's a deception lying game, essentially. Where lying is in your favor, but if you get caught lying, you're gonna have a really hard time with this game. So you have to work on your lying face, essentially. There's 5 rolls, and everyone gets dealt 2 cards at a time. These 2 cards will look something like this. They'll have the Coup logo on there, and there'll be a deck. And these cards represent a roll. Each card is a roll. Now, you could have 2 rolls. You're going to be dealt 2 cards. Every player at the table is going to be dealt 2 cards. You could have a roll that's two of the same. It just all is randomized, and I'll get to that in a second. So basically, there's 5 roles that you can possibly have in the basic standard version of Coup. You can have the Assassin. You can have the Ambassador. You can have the Contessa. You can have the Duke. And you can have the Captain. Now, I will explain all of these roles in a second, but basically, when it all comes down to it, Coup is a game about getting as much of these money tokens as possible. It's all about getting money. And so getting money helps you with specific roles, but when you get dealt these 2 cards, think of them as your 2 lifelines. These are your 2 lives, right? And everyone's trying to kill your 2 lives at the table. It's a free-for-all. It's not a team game. Everyone's trying to take everyone out to be the last one standing. So I'm going to explain each role as to how it correlates to getting money. So the first role I have is Captain. Now, the Captain steals 2 coins from other players, and everyone starts the game with 2 coins. So he's very good he's all about stealing. The Captain is all about stealing coins from other players, making them have less money. The Duke takes 3 coins from the middle. So the Duke is all about getting rich more than any other role at the table. The Contessa is about blocking the Assassin. So the Contessa is all about just, safeguarding you from assassinations. All right, it's a good role to have, especially late game. The Assassin is exactly what her name suggests. You have 3 coins, you can assassinate somebody. Or the Ambassador. The Ambassador can change his card into the deck and grab 2 new rolls. So let's say I had the Ambassador card. I would go into the deck and I would pick 2 rolls, and then out of the 3 of these, I would get to decide which one to keep and what 2 I should put back. So I know a lot of people that just keep saying that they're assassin, and they look through the deck, seeing what rolls are in the deck, and narrow it down to the probability of what rolls other people at the table have. But I'll get into that in a second. So Coup essentially means if you get 7 coins, 7 of these guys, you can coup somebody at the table, meaning that you automatically take one of their cards, one of their 2 cards that we start at in the beginning. And that's really handy, right? But you have to think about it. Other people are collecting coins, so if you coup somebody at the table, they might decide to coup you now since you're a little bit in the lead. And so you kind of have to wait and decide on what to do. The Assassin, like I said, can assassinate, and they only need to use 3 coins to assassinate somebody. But the drawback is if a player has the Contessa, then it means that they can actually block the assassination. Now, like I said, this is a lying game. So let's say I had 2 cards, and one was the Ambassador and one was the Assassin, and somebody assassinated me. There was another assassin at the table. I could say, oh, I have the Contessa, because they don't know what roles I have. And so they would have to determine, ooh, is he lying or is he telling the truth? So if they called me on it, then I would be like, oh, darn it, all right, I don't have the contestant. And I would actually lose a card for lying, and I would lose a card for being assassinated. So I would be out of the game. It's a very big risk. But anytime you're lying at the table, you would lose a card. Just keep that in mind. If you're getting assassinated and you lie and the assassin calls you on it, you're actually instantly out of the game because you lose 2 cards at once. It's the only instance where that happens. But other tips of lying are, if you have the Duke and you draw from the middle and somebody says, you're not the Duke, I call you on it, you can lie about being the Duke to get richer. You can lie about the captain to steal from others. You can lie and say you're the ambassador, or you're the ambassador when a captain's stealing your money, so you can block him from stealing, because the ambassador can block from stealing and also the captain can block from stealing. So it really just comes down to these 5 roles. It's a very simple game, and there actually is a card that they give you at the table that actually allows you to like know what each one of them does, and I would follow that for new timers. So every action you can take 1 coin, you can take 2 coins, and you can pay 7 coins to kill somebody, and then you have all these. It tells you exactly what the rules can do and what they can block and stuff like that. So definitely, if you're new to this game, pay attention to this card. It should be in your standardized box. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm sorry if my explanation was kind of rushed, but I wanted to get to the point. I want it to just be a simple tutorial video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So, for my ranking of Coop, I will say that, let me get my points here. I will say that it is a game that is definitely one of my favorites if it's under 30 minutes. All right? It's if you're waiting for people at a party, if you're waiting for more people to come in for your board game nights or whatever, it's a very quick game. It should be very quick. You just go around the table, everyone takes turns doing one action. It should be a very kind of quick and fun deception game. It shouldn't last too long. I would not recommend this to be the main event of your board game night, just kind of an intro or an outro just to kind of cool people down. I think it's a very good game to get people to start talking and lying and deception. It's a very simple game, which makes it very fun for newcomers to learn, even if they're not too much into board games or anything. It's definitely a recommended. It was one of the first games I bought. I fell in love with it. I kind of do these custom rules where if you're cooing somebody and you pay the 7 coins, you actually have to say what role you're cooing of that person, so it kind of gives advantages more to lying and things like that. Social deduction games are definitely my favorite genre of board games. I think it just gives everyone at the party more interactive and kind of gets them, people that even if you don't know them, brings them together and kind of, really flushes out all the nitty-gritty details of meeting somebody for the first time or something at a party. I think it's a great game, and Coop is definitely in my recommended. It's definitely to buy. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was straight and to the point. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. And please subscribe, hit that like button. Again, not trying to be the next PewDiePie, but I would really enjoy your support to try and further the nerdy guy. And with that being said, stay nerdy.